You're on now. You can take it away when you're ready, man.
Awesome. Yeah. So, I mean, like, do you want to like start with like a certain topic just to kind of get this started?
It's up to you. Like, you
sure.
gotta pick a topic to talk about. So whatever you want.
So, let's talk about like the healthcare system. I'm actually curious about that with your opinion because I have some sort of illness that has caused me to go in a wheelchair at the age of 15 years old.
Okay.
They have not figured out a proper diagnosis for this yet. But I've been paralyzed for, in the last 10 years, about 7 years of my life I've been in a wheelchair.
But you're not now, obviously,
no.
Right?
Yeah, so I've been out of the wheelchair for about 6 months now. And this was all due to changing the way that I've been eating. And doctors have not figured out the proper diet or anything like this yet either.
I see.
But something is causing me to go into a...
paralysis? Temporary paralysis?
Basically, yeah.
And you haven't figured it out. Like, what did you change in your diet?
So I can't eat any gluten. I can't have any large amounts of sugar. I can't have any large amounts of fat. If I have any dairy, it'll cause inflammation to a point that I'm having blood going through my stools.
So what do you eat?
I can only eat rice, chicken, very lean ground beef, and just like rice crackers, rice noodles. And basically I've kept a diet in that, lactose-free dairy. And I haven't figured out a proper way of getting all my nutrients yet. I'm still trying to figure that out.
Athletic Greens.
Yeah,
AG1.
You got it.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so like that's something that I still haven't figured out. I still haven't gotten proper help for that because dietitians you have to pay out of your own pocket to see.
I see.
Yeah.
And you found nothing online?
No, unfortunately. Well, like there's so many restrictions now. It's so difficult, right? Because everything you read online, like you could learn for lactose free, but how much can you restrict and how much you're supposed to, right?
Right.
Because that's the one thing that's way too difficult for me to know.
Yeah, you have a limitation on everything. Do you want to dodge this train? Because I know you're late for work. So
Yeah, if you hit Google,
I just don't know.
You can hit the expressway.
Okay. Yeah, because even if it starts moving, I don't know how long it will take.
I don't know. This train always stops here for some reason.
Okay. Yeah, so you're asking me about my opinion of the healthcare system.
Yeah, and like kind of just like the idea of like, let's say this for example, like when I was 15 and I was in this wheelchair, they put me in rehab to teach me how to walk again, and I was isolated from anybody my age. The closest person my age was 34 when I was 15, and that was kind of my childhood. For my upbringing in high school, I only had grade 9 of high school, and then starting in grade 10, I was stuck in like the hospital getting tests done. Had to stay an extra year in high school because of all the time I missed.
So you couldn't move your arms or legs? Or
I couldn't move my legs, I could move my arms. So what would happen is my legs would have spasms.
Right.
They would twitch over and over and over to a point that I just couldn't control the functions of my legs.
Okay.
So it was like my motor functions for...
But if you tried to stand up, like you would just fall all the time? Or like how
it would
that
be
work?
like, I'd try to stand up, and if I had like a walker to hold on to, I could bear my weight. But if I didn't have anything to grab onto, my legs would just buckle and I'd fall.
I see. That's pretty rough, man. Like, I can't, like, there's so many different things that you're like, how old are you now?
I'm 25 now. It's been 10 years of having this.
Right, and you said 7 of them you were in the wheelchair.
Yeah.
So what about the other, because you said you've been out for a few months, right?
Yeah,
so
you got it.
Like
so
2 and some years unaccounted for.
Yeah, so like, that's kind of the thing that I'm still curious on is that like the last time that this happened to me, I was in the wheelchair for about a year and a half. And now I've been out of it for 6 months now, finally.
So it was going on for like 6 years or so, or 5 years, and it stopped, and then it came back?
Yeah. And it was like, the times that it stopped, it was like very irregular. So like the first time that I was able to walk again, I had like 2 months of able to walk, and then go back in the wheelchair for another 5 months, 6 months.
Damn.
And then I was able to walk for maybe 4 months, and then I'd be stuck in the wheelchair for another 5-6 months. This was the longest bout of a year and a half without being able to walk at all. And now I'm able to do 6 months, which is insane for me.
Yeah.
But I just don't know if it's going to happen again.
Well, this is like, it's been good since you changed your diet, right?
Yes, that's true. But like, why was I able to walk when I didn't change those diets yet?
Maybe you were just incidentally not eating the things you were supposed to be eating, right?
That's fair, right?
Like
It's
that
always
totally
possible.
could have. So like, I think what you would obviously have to do now is start adding things back and see what things. I don't know if you want to risk it,
I
but
know,
like.
right? Well, that's the thing that I'm nervous about too, right? Is like I could do all these testings by myself, which is true,
But then you're risking
then
the
I'm having
wheelchair
high
again.
risks of many issues that arise, right?
But then, like, I don't know, it might be worth it in the long run, right? Like,
it is true.
Like,
but the thing is, like,
like if you immediately go back into spasm, right? If you track what you ate, you only add a little bit at a time, right? Like today we add cheese, and for the next week we'll eat cheese.
Yeah.
Right? And then if it triggers it, then you know, okay, this is obviously a thing. And then I don't know how you would stop eating said thing. So I don't know how long you would get stuck in the wheelchair after doing that,
it's
right?
true, but the thing is that when I'm in the wheelchair, when I do get sick and I have these episodes, I don't get help at all from the government. I don't get any ODSP. I don't get anything to help for like when I am sick, right?
So how immobile do you become? Like you can't drive yourself, obviously.
I'm wheelchair bound at this point, right? My legs don't function. I have to use a wheelchair. And
you don't have anybody that would take you to work or anything? Like that's
kind of like what this is right now, right? I had to sell my car.
Like I wouldn't be able to take you.
No, of course,
right?
But I had to sell my car to buy a wheelchair. Right? Like I used to have a mode of transportation, and I had like more physical labor jobs prior when I was able to walk, but now I have a sit-down job, a desk job that is a potential to work at home.
Wait, so you're telling me you got out of the wheelchair and got a physical labor job?
Dude, I need to work. It's not like you could just have...
No, I get you, but like that's fucking wild.
I know, right? But initially I lived in Bell River. The only jobs you have are physical labor, and if you want an office job, then you have to go to post-secondary education. I don't have money for that.
And you got out of school at grade 9, so like...
That's the thing. Well, I completed high school, but I had to do an extra year, like a full year.
Yeah, and I'm sure like it's not the same, right?
Oh, no,
like,
not at all.
So I don't know, like...
That's the thing,
It's a very fucking stacked deck against you, not gonna lie, man.
Unfortunately.
But again, you were asking me about the opinion of the healthcare system, right? So I don't know, man. Like, honestly, like, I'm kind of split about this. Like, the only reason I like the Canadian healthcare system is that it would prevent like somebody who's like poor and dying.
Yeah, that's
right. Outside of that, I have no interest in having the government like control any aspect of your life, especially being healthcare, right?
Yeah.
And it gets down to a point where like, okay, like just like you, like the doctors you've seen, maybe they just like don't want to try something, or I don't know, they don't want to risk. I don't know what it is, right? Absolutely. But like, I can see a much more like open and free healthcare system getting help for you. I don't know, maybe I'm just bullshitting, right? Like
I know, but like, and the thing too is like, in the end, let's say like this was like a mental health disorder too, right?
Yeah.
Even if it were, like, I don't get treated for any of this either or anything. Like, I have no doctors on me right now. Like, it's just good luck, man.
Good luck, man.
Like, you got this.
I don't know, man. Again, I'm the wrong person to be asking about this because
no worries, man.
Full disclosure, I'm like the fucking libertarian type, so
no biggie, man.
I'm like, yeah, people should starve on the street and die and shit, but like, obviously it's a little wild, so I don't know. I like, it's hard to say, man. Like, I don't know what to tell you. Like,
no,
best I can say is find a career in social media and succeed at that.
I know, bro. It's a tough start. That's all it is, right? Like, it's just finding the right job, I guess you could say, right? Like,
yeah, no, that's actually a huge start, right?
Yeah.
If you can get yourself a job that
I need a source of income to be able to get all these tests done too.
Yeah, a source of income that isn't relying on you walking necessarily, right? Then that actually opens you up quite a bit. Right now you can experiment, you can test things, you can get ahead, right? But that's on you. Like social media, as someone trying to get there, I can tell you it's not the best route, but like there are ways. There's definitely ways, right?
No, I
like,
trust you for sure.
Like not just social media, but like, you know, selling shit online, you
Absolutely.
know, I don't know, there's all sorts of like, you know, remote work right now, right?
Absolutely, and that's what I'm trying to do with this job here.
Yeah. I don't know, man. Best of luck, I guess. I'll see you again, I'm sure. We can tell me more next time. But 100%. For this time, if you want to check out the channel, RideLight, one word. That's the name, okay?
Awesome. Sounds good. Thanks, man.
No worries, man. Thank you. Is this you up here?
Yeah, you got it.
All right. Best of luck. See you soon, hopefully.
Have a great night, man.
You too, man. Take care.
Take care.
See ya.